My mentor, who was a prophet in the village, that was a man that he was on a bike. We used to do evangelism in the village. He was a man of science. And every time he slept, he woke up with insight. And if you sleep with him on the same bed in the morning, and he will sleep till 8:30 and snore. Then when he wakes up, you'll be sitting down. The lady you are liking will derail you. when you say, I don't understand what you're, then he will go deeper. If you are not careful, he will call her name. You are straying. You are straying from. He did it. My God. We were on a bike moving, and then he in the forest, and he missed the way. He just parked the bike. Don't worry. Spoke in tongues. The direction downloaded, and he drove from the forest. I'm not talking about prophets of the pulpit. I'm talking about prophets in the market. They can come to the market and say, Ene, come, Ene. Yes. Right there in the market. He will call your name. When you come, then he gives a download. He can do a crusade without equipment. You just pick one person, pick another person. Then everybody will say, I surrender all, I surrender. That's the man that taught me how to hear God, the gift of the Spirit. The first time he preached in South Africa, he called people's name, their local name. I'm talking about people that he used to call names in the early 90s. Not these ones that use the session sleep. I'm talking of a real prophet. Oh, it's my research, it's not revelation. We found out. Shame on them, because there's no glory in them. They are thieves, impersonating what they are not. Meanwhile, the mingle spirit can accommodate your calling. The resources are sufficient to sponsor your called people's name. From that meeting in South Africa, he got invitation to preach in 22 countries, and he didn't come back to his wife for 2 years. That was a mistake. By the time he was in Kenya, he came to Kenya. There were a 7-day meeting. You know this bottled water we give people? He took his own and said, this one will heal HIV this night. They didn't know that man. 7 HIV. There were more, but only 7 could come out because of the shame. And he gave them a drink. They were all negative. And the conference was still on. The lab results came out. So they sent for him from the Aso Rock up. And the president asked him, am I going to win the next? He said, give me 3 days. That's a man that is sent to kings. He has that anointing. Me, it does not come on me. But that man has the anointing to make king. 3 days, he went back and said, you are going to win. But there will be blood in the center of your seat. That's the man. When that happened, when that prophecy came to pass, the president of Kenya called the president of Congo there and said, the prophet of Africa is with me. The president of Congo sent a jet to pick him. It was red carpet reception that he received. That's when he got a limp. That's when he started walking like that. He began to walk like that. That's how I lost my mentor. Because the next time I saw him, he was prophesying for money. You need to drop money first. He was not like that. You know why? There was no pruning. He dodged the pruning exercise. You are not. I weep because the passport that he used to stray, I bought it. I paid for it. So every day I ask God for mercy. To ask God. His example is what makes me very cautious. I know he's hearing me. If I don't have clearance, I will not say it. That's how I learned how to. Because I saw him. Demons humiliate. There was a time he came and said, war against witches. If you are a witch, come and surrender. Come and surrender. Come and surrender. 2 came, prayed for them, took their destiny, delivered them. When he left, witches began to die. 3, 5, 6, 7. They sent somebody with transport money to go and call him back that they are ready now. That's the man I'm talking about. The authority operated is strange. And I never saw him pray all night. Me, I'm the one that will pray all night. In the morning, he wake up and say, that's all. See, God has anointed men in this country. God has anointed men. In one service, he operated 9 gifts of the Spirit in one service. 9. But that is walk on the red carpet was his exit from the master's pleasure. Before I met him, I was a simple Bible teacher, but his life challenging. I said, this is what the Bible calls man of God. I used to leave lectures to go and carry his Bible. Yes, I used to leave school. He looked at me and said, one day, you will leave me. But it was him that left me. Because when he entered that morning, they gave him $1 million. As a young man, he forgot he had it. And Satan was looking for me to destroy me. That's how I met Papa. My life was spent. He didn't remember me for 5 years. After 5 years, we heard the crusades everywhere. He now said, why didn't I invite him? That was when I discovered my friend, my Oga. We were very close. If you escape pruning, you will serve Satan. My mentor will come, and when they are putting election posters, he will be telling us who will win election. He said, this one will just spend more. Oh, this man left the party that he would have used to climb into glory. And he will send messages to them. Anyone that doesn't obey will have himself. A rising prophet was emerging from the backside of the wilderness. There would have been none like, and not half as gifted as him. Half. Oh, here, he will come here and call 2 of you by name. His meetings were always dramatic. There were angels that were present. All kinds of things will happen. And after the meeting, me, I will do all night till daybreak. He will snore. Then in the morning, he was the one that left me. It wasn't me that left. I don't even have that heart to break covenant. It was many years when he saw me, he knew it was. But he saw me grow like a young, so he can't tell me so. But I'd grown by watching the example of a mature Christian that made Christ his first audience. I changed my priority. I changed my vista. Changed my outlook. A man, not just of gift, but a man that you could see Christ walking through his feet and stretching his hands through his hand. Every single. I saw the life of Christ in the vessel of him. It was he that ordained me. And the moment I was ordained, then the grace. For every layer of grace he put on my life, there were terrible pruning. There was a time where the pruning work was for me to learn how to tell my wife sorry if I'm wrong, if she's wrong. When everything of the flesh has died, then he will put another layer of authority so that he can stand and speak for him. I decided that he will not be bound in my vessel, that he will have the needed apertures for expression, because I've seen the mighty fall when they were not diligent to follow